Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. The chair of the Culture and Media Select Committee, Caroline Dinenage, the same Tory MP who's been sending out letters to social media platforms to cancel Russell Brand just because of the allegations. She's also been sending out letters to other places, including GB News. So I thought I would share this letter with you guys. It's quite fascinating. In case you didn't see, a couple of days ago, yesterday, on GB News, in the morning, you had Bev Turner and Andrew Pearce, obviously hosting a show together. They had a massive debate, I think it was 2 days ago, massive debate on Russell Brand. Bev Turner is a Russell Brand supporter, and Andrew Pearce was going with the allegations, saying basically they had a massive fight. And she called Russell Brand her hero because of his stance and positions during the lockdown and everything else since. But this letter is something else. So let's have a look. Feel free if you want to pause and zoom in, but it's a bit small, but I'm gonna have to read it out to you guys. The first section of the letter is actually about Dan Wootton. It's about the allegations against Dan Wootton, and she's asking Angelo, the CEO of GB News, whether GB News is going to be investigating Dan Wootton or not. And then, towards the end, where it's highlighted, she says, "We are also aware that during the weekend of the 16th and 17th of September, GB News presenters opted to use their social media platforms to defend Russell Brand against accusations." Right? While GB News is not responsible for this content, it is concerning that Beverly Turner, who described Mr. Brand as a hero and invited him to appear on her show, subsequently fronted GB News' coverage of the allegations regarding Mr. Brand on the morning of the 18th of September. During that broadcast, Ms. Turner announced that if he'd offered to come on this morning, we would have had him, let's be honest. While Ms. Turner was challenged on her comments at length by her co-presenter Andrew Pearce, we remain concerned that having a presenter so clearly supporting an individual who is the subject of intense media coverage, including seeking their appearance on the show, undermines any perception of due impartiality and in the broadcasting. So the letter itself, Caroline Dinenage, in this letter, she admits, because she has to, that Russell Brand is subject to not police investigation in that sense or legal court of law, but he's subject to intense media coverage. So because of that, Bev Turner shouldn't talk about him or shouldn't invite him on her show, and shouldn't be a supporter of his work, his YouTube work and everything else that he does on Rumble. So I don't get the logic behind this. This is simple. This is basic cancel culture. This is basically putting pressure on GB News, saying we would be grateful if you could set out your discussions with GB News presenters, they're telling the CEO, on their responsibility on due impartiality and professionalism. I mean, just maybe Caroline Dinenage, if you're watching this, shut up. Just go do your job as an MP. So that's one. But there's another section. Angelo, obviously the CEO of GB News, they came back and this is what we actually got from GB News. "We understand that the Sun has been investigating Mr. Wootton's conduct relating to his employment with that company. The Daily Mail, we understand, has paused his column. A formal complaint had been raised. We get that. Serious allegations have been made against Russell Brand. As far as we are aware, none of these have yet been admitted or proved to by an independent body." Blah, blah, blah. Yep. And then saying, regarding our coverage of the Russell Brand story, we approached the topic in exactly the same manner as we would any other matter of public interest. We provided a wide range of views and allowed our presenters to debate the matter fully. This is what is required by Ofcom regulations. Absolutely true. Then he says, GB News' coverage has displayed the very essence of due impartiality, with two presenters exercising their right to free speech by having a robust conversation with opposing views. At GB News, we value due process, and we do not consider that it is our place to presume the outcome of any investigation or judicial proceedings. So That is clearly the whole point. They don't care about the Ofcom regulations. Caroline Dinenage doesn't care about due impartiality because, as we just heard, Contributing CEO confirmed, well, we had two presenters on the same show having a massive fight, debating robustly. So that's confirmed. That's tick for the Ofcom regulation. But clearly, Caroline Dinenage and these people just want to cancel Bev Turner for supporting Russell Brand, for having an unpopular, well, in terms of the mainstream media, unpopular opinion. She's not going with the narrative. That's just not fair. That's just disgusting. So Caroline Dinenage, until today, yesterday, nobody knew who she was. Now a lot of people in the country know who she is, and it's not a good thing. And we're going to keep an eye on her and her career going forward, because clearly she might have done more authoritarian things that we didn't know about, and we have to hold politicians to account. When people are afraid of politicians, that's tyranny. When politicians are afraid of people, that's democracy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.